What's up, guys? Jake with Tactical. Come to another special video. Today is time to do our annual top 5 things we have reviewed on the channel for 2023. I know this is a very prestigious list to get onto, a lot of competition this year. I threw a little bit of everything in here, some guns, optics, some other things. So I think you'll find something here that might be interesting for you. And if you're interested in seeing the original reviews for any of these products, we will have links down below in the description, so make sure to check those out for more information. Now, number 5 on our top 5 list is going to have to be the Wit Machine SME, which stands for Sound Mitigation Equipment. This is a sweet little device that kind of sort of looks like a suppressor. Basically goes on as your muzzle device. And essentially what this does is it will actually redirect all the sound down the range away from the shooter. These can be had for roughly about 175 bucks. However, when I bought mine, it was around 4th of July, and I think I paid like 150 something. It was like 17.76% off. Giggity. We chose to get the 9mm one, and we put it on our Kalashnikov KP9 to kind of test it out and see how it does. And we found to be quite a significant difference. Now, don't get me wrong, we're not fancy out here with Tactical with our sound detection equipment to measure stuff like that. But from what we could tell just from our ears and from the microphone that we had on our chest, yes, we had a microphone on the chest, it was very easy to tell that there was a different sound signature, and the sound was definitely pushed down range. Now, was it hearing safe even with subsonic rounds? Probably not, but I mean, it does make it safe-ish. I mean, if you had to use this indoors or something where it really echoes, this may actually help with saving some of your hearing. By first appearance, it looks like it's a suppressor. However, if you look closely, you'll actually see it's like a typical traditional muzzle brake with like a steel sleeve that goes around it, and it actually makes it not a suppressor because the end of it's really open. The brake is kind of like baffles-ish. Because of that, it's not technically a suppressor. You're not reducing the sound, you're just directing it away from the shooter. And the ATF is 100% fine with that. No registration, nothing like that needed. It's kind of expensive, yeah, you know, for a muzzle device, but you know what? It's still awesome. That is why it is on our list as number 5. Now, number 4 on our list is going to have to be the Glock 47 MOS Gen 5 that I reviewed earlier this year. If you guys have been following the channel for any length of time, you'll know that I'm kind of a simp for Glocks. I really do love Glocks. And look, I get it. I know that they're all the same. All Glocks are pretty much identical to one another, except for like 1 or 2 different changes. The Glock 47 MOS to me is a little bit different because of where you can actually swap out the slide and frame to go and mix match with a Glock 19. Is that something new? Absolutely not. SIG's been doing it with the P320 and P365 for years now at this point. But it's just nice to kind of see that same thing with a Glock and not a different handgun that may accidentally go off when I drop it. Now, you can find this thing priced anywhere from the range of $500 to $650, just depending on if it's new, used, and a bunch of other factors like that. And it takes Glock 17 max, 17+1 per usual. If you're familiar with the Gen 5 Glock, you know it's got the same style of frame, it's got the same full length slide and barrel as the Glock 17. But because of the design of the slide itself, you're able to take that long slide and stick it on the Glock 19 frame, or you could take the Glock 47 frame and stick a Glock 19 barrel on it for a little short boy but long handle. Now, I really like the interchangeability for that, and the whole reason why it even came about is because the Border Patrol wanted a specific handgun to do, well, to do what Border Patrol does. And to probably make it a little bit easier for their armor to swap out parts as things tend to break down over time after thousands and thousands of rounds. Of course. And thus, that's why the Glock 47 was born, and because of the modularity of it, that is why it is on our top 5 list as number 4. These birds are talking. Now, number 3 on our top 5 list is going to have to be the Sealy Bear. This is an awesome enclosed emitter red dot that was actually sent to us by Sealy for testing evaluation on the channel. This red dot features an enclosed emitter red dot and has up to 50,000 hours of battery life, as well as shake awake technology, meaning you could actually have much longer battery life than that initial 50,000 hours. It does feature 10 brightness settings, 2 of which are night vision, 8 of which are daylight use, and it comes in a very rugged and durable design. We literally like beat the piss out of it. Like, smashed it against bricks, drop tested it like crazy, submerged it in water, and it held just fine. It's got 2 panes of glass on both the front and the back, and you'll see it kind of is a little bit of a thick boy. However, because of that extra thickness to it, because of the extra ruggedness, it was significantly more durable. Literally, we tried everything we could to try to beat the piss out of this and make it break, and we couldn't make it break. Right now on Amazon, these go for about $189, which I think for an enclosed red dot emitter, I think that's a really good deal. Now, let's be honest, there are other closed emitter red dots that are out there in the market that are made by companies that have, I guess, a little bit more of an established reputation. But the thing is, they usually charge you like an arm and a leg, like $800 or $900 for the exact same thing. The Sealy Bear you can actually get for just under $200. Right now on Amazon, I was looking, it's $189. And a lot of times it's on sale as well. So if you're like me and you're a little bit more budget minded, if you're a little bit, what's the right word? Poor, then this may be a very good option for you so that you can have something that's reliable, rugged, and also you don't have to worry about snow and mud and crap getting in there and blocking your red dots. Because that's why it's on number 3 of our top 5 list. Now, number 2 on our top 5 list is going to have to be the PSA Admiral. This is a 1911 that PSA brought to us that was from a partnership with Rock Island Armory. Now, if you guys know Rock Island Armory, they tend to make really good quality stuff and sell it at a reasonable price. PSA got with them and brought the Admiral. For me, 1911s were always one of those weird kind of niche things where it's good, it's really good. I mean, I love the memes, you know, all the, you know, 2 World Wars and the Stop and Power and all that stuff. I liked them, I admired them, but I found that they were very expensive typically for what you actually got. 8+1 of 45 ACP. It was really hard for me to justify getting one for a long time because you typically would need to spend about $1,000 or more just to get one that's sort of like mid, like okay, but sometimes even mediocre. So when PSA announced the Admiral, I was really excited about it. They offered it originally with 45 ACP and just a regular standard non-tactical version. And then they had the one I got, which was a tactical version. It's got the pick rail underneath the bottom of the slide there. It's got a bunch of other little features there that we talked about. But they also came out with a 10mm version that's also kind of tactical as well. So a lot of different options out there. I know there's some debate between 45 ACP versus 10mm, and I'm not really going to get into that because number 1, I don't really have 10mm, never shot it. And number 2, I just feel like 45 ACP is, you know, the Lord's caliber. So I had to go with that one, of course. Now the tactical one that I actually bought originally, I think goes for like $450 or something like that. Maybe 500, but it's actually out of stock right now. I guess it's the most popular one. Go figure. It's been very reliable. There's not really been any issue, and we've been using remanufactured ammo for the entire testing evaluation so far. I know some people might say, oh, why don't you just get a Rock Island Armory, you know? But the thing is, I haven't really found a Rock Island Armory that has as many features as the Admiral does, and it's priced as low as it is. So I don't know exactly what kind of corners or deals that PSA made with Rock Island Armory to make this thing happen, but I'm very grateful they did. Because of the great quality and the low price, that is why the PSA Admiral is number 2 on our top 5 list. Shut up. We got lots of crows here right now. Now, number 1 on our top 5 list, it was a very tough decision. But after looking back at all the stuff we checked out and reviewed, I felt like there's only one true item that could really be number 1 on the list. And that has to go to the Kalashnikov KP9. I freaking love this gun. We had a good time with it in our review. We actually shot it quite a bit now that I think about it. Tried all kinds of different setups, different triggers, different optics, all kinds of stuff. I think we've got about figured out how we want it now. We did have a couple mishaps in the beginning where the trigger pins actually came out. Did that run away? If I time it just right. My bad, I wasn't really aware of the little retention, the little shepherd's hook thing that goes inside and holds the pins in. I wasn't really aware of that, excuse me. But once we got it kind of straightened out, this thing has proven to be awesome. I really like it. So what we're looking at here is basically an AK pattern short boy chambered in 9mm. This was Russia's answer to the MP5. Now we got the pistol version, and at the time when we bought it, you couldn't really get any braces or anything like that. Stocks were available, so naturally I did what any red-blooded American would do. Let's go ahead and SBR the sumbitch, and that's exactly what we've done. Still in the process for that. So once we get SBR, we'll put our stock on there, we'll put our vertical grip on there, of course, because if you're gonna SBR something, that's why you do it. You gotta make it tactical as possible. And after we have got it officially registered as an SBR, we'll put out a video to let you guys see our final thoughts on it. Very excited about it. It's gonna be my first SBR. And I think it's something that you guys will like too. It's a little bit more on the expensive side. I think I paid like $700 or $800 for mine. It's just one of those guns that I've always wanted to have. Now with so many different options for 9mm PCCs, it may not be the best option, but it's something special. It's unique. There's something about it that brings up old 80s movies and action vibes, much like an MP5 does. So because of that kind of uniqueness, that kind of vibe that I get from it, that's why I went ahead and decided to SBR it, because it's just, there's something to it, you know, like it's very iconic, and that is why it's my number one. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for today. Remember, if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below what you think about my top 5 list. A little bit of something for everybody. Love to hear from you. We will see you next time. Three, two, one. What's up, guys? Jake with Team Tactical comes to another. Let me get this in just a little bit more. What's up, guys?